with real estate, obviously there's so much emotions and things that could just happen completely out of your hand.
Yeah.
How much of your success would you say is a happy accident versus calculated from the beginning?
Half and half. I would say, you never know what's going to happen. And I think my skill set has a lot to do with it. Because there's a lot that can go wrong in a deal. Like what they show on Selling Sunset, they don't really show a lot of the drama that happens in real estate. And there's a lot with people's personalities that you have to read into things. You have to understand people. I think my ADHD helps me do that because I'm very in tune. Like I pick up on micro expressions and everything. And so I'm able to catch things before it goes to disaster, or when people react a certain way. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Hang on. And I'm watching their mannerisms and stuff. And I'm like, this is going to go south. I can just kind of see things like before. And so I think that helps me. I'm also very patient. And so I'm able to hold out and fix things that way. But a lot of times, someone calls you up and they're like, hey, I found this property. It's so amazing. Can you represent me? I'm like, yes, I can. And so, yeah, I mean, it's already done. You barely have to do anything. You fill out the paperwork and negotiate.
Those are the best calls.
Those are the best calls. They don't happen often, but those, when they do, that is what offsets the times where you're working for over a year and nothing happens. And they're like, oh, I decided not to buy, or I decided to go with somebody else showed me a property and I just bought it through them. Like, I'm sorry, what? You're like, what? I got a better deal. Like,
right.
Because it was the listing agent or something, so they give them a deal if they use them. And you're just like, I'm going to kill you.
Because all of that is so understated. Like you said, if you're on the selling side, you have to see someone walking in. How are they really reacting to the house? Are they actually that interested? How invested are they? Right.
Yeah. You have to pay attention to all of that because it makes a big difference. I think a lot of people will try to sell them on that house. You can already tell
if they're interested or not.
They're not interested in this house, but are they qualified buyers and stuff like that, and know what the like comparable properties are in the area. And it's like, oh, so what are you looking for? What is it like? What style? What how many bedrooms? Whatever. And once they kind of tell you, you already know what's out there, because you can tell if they're looking around and they see something very modern. They're like, kind of like looking around doing stuff. They're not really liking that style. Yeah. But there's something out there for them. So instead of just trying to push and sell them on that property, sell them a different property. And people don't think about that. Newer agents, I think, don't think about that as much. They think, oh, well, this is the property I'm selling. I have to sell this one. Well, yeah, but you can also sell them another one.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that with all of your years of experience? Because you've had over $100 million in sales, which is crazy. 155.
Yeah.
When do you learn all of that? Is that as you're growing and just...
Yeah, as you go. I think Jason's been a great mentor for me. I had a mentor when I first started, and I think that's essential.
You need a mentor to get into real estate.
Absolutely. When you take the exam, you don't know anything. You could have a $100 million client that's, okay, I want to buy this. If you just pass the exam and you get your license, you would not be able to sell it to him. Because you wouldn't even know where to go to get the forms, how to fill out the forms, where to go, what the process is. You don't even know what the process is okay, let's fill out the form and you submit. Now what do I do with it? They don't teach you any of it. You have to have a mentor and just to understand the logistics, I think, of that area and of the industry in general, because they need to redo the exam. It is not helpful for people.
Oh, in today's world?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, they're teaching you about, I don't even remember what they teach you, but I would say...
I took the first chapter of it, and it made no sense. I'm like, none of this is going to be applied.
Yeah. Nothing. Like, it is so ridiculous how ineffective it is to help agents, like, succeed. Like, you don't know anything. You have to learn everything after you take it. So I really feel like they should redo it and have an exam, maybe even for the areas, because Northern California or certain areas have a completely different landscape. Us learning about agricultural land and everything
Does not apply.
does not apply in LA. I mean, so there's a lot of things on there that they could do better on that I think would help agents succeed. But it is what it is right now. And so get a mentor.
Can we go back to when you first got into real estate?
Yeah.
What did you intentionally go into the mindset of I want to do luxury?
Yes and no. I guess I was living in Hermosa Beach at the time. And so, I mean, I guess for LA, it's the beach cities. I was friends with everybody. I used to live in Palos Verdes right before that. So I was friends with all the people like up on the hill and used to have a big home up on the hill with my ex-husband. So that was luxury. So I guess I just assumed.
That was just kind of what you were destined for.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I just assumed that's my kind of the people I was with and stuff like that. So.
And then how do you start promoting yourself at that point?
I started picking up any open house I could do. There were a couple people in my office I used to work at Shorewood Realtors, which was a big office in the South Bay. And there were a couple teams of really successful agents, which I think, by the way, is so cool because I'm on panels with a couple of them now. And then one of the guys, Dave Kasky, I was like, you have no idea how geeked out I am. Like, because when I first got my license, I was like, I'm going to be like one of them one day. There was like Ed Kaminsky, Dave, this guy Raj, and they were like the badasses, you know, they were the ones that did all the work. And I was like, I'm going to have a team like that one day. And then I'm on a panel with him and he's coming to like my book signing and stuff. And he's like, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so great. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, you can be on TV and you get awards or do whatever. And it's like, okay. And then, but you know, someone that you looked up to like from the start and you're there, if not higher than, and it's like, I did it.
Full circle thing.
I made it. To me, that was me making it. Right. When I got to be on like the billionaires panel with those guys.
Yeah.
It was just like a pinch me moment kind of.
Was there a big break that really set you to the next level?
In what aspect? I think the show obviously made me well known. And so that helped in the beginning. And then I think probably my 35 million list sell, I think
gives you the credibility that you can handle this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. That was, most people never do a 35 million sell. So I think that made me really legitimate in the ultra luxury market. And then I think the show just made me
the notoriety.
Well known and where I'm a famous realtor. So yeah.
People come.
Yeah.
When you're selling a $35 million home, how are you able to market? How do you even find that client? Because that is such a small market.
Yeah, it is.
And that's totally up to you to try and find the buyer.
Well, if I'm the listing agent, then yeah, it's up to me to find the buyer. Sometimes, you know, other agents will bring the clients, but we have a good network of people that are
to reach out.
Yeah. And so, we just market. We have a big Instagram following. We have a website that's the most viewed realtor website in the world, I believe it is. And so it helps.
What do you think separates a good luxury real estate agent versus a great one?
Well, I think someone that takes the time, with someone with attention to detail and someone that takes the time to know, I think, exactly what their client is looking for and not just like, oh, here's the biggest, most expensive thing out there. It's like actually know what they're looking for and protect their privacy. I think because a lot of people, they want to advertise who their clients are, and people at that level do not.
They don't want that publicity.
No, they opposite. Like you have to sign, most of the time you have to sign NDAs, you have to do all this stuff, and it still will, at least for us, it will still get out because we have all the journalists that are searching constantly.
And is that before they change it to their LLC when they buy it in?
Well, people just, I don't know how they find out really. I've never really figured out how these people find out, but it's always like on TMZ and all these things. I'm like, how do they know this? Like I think they have sources like in title and in different things like that. They must have, because half the time they're paying cash. And so it's not like they can check with banks and stuff. Like, I don't know how they find out, but they do. And so we have to try to get it taken down and stuff to try to help our clients out. So.
Can we go back to that very first big sale you have?
Yeah.
You get that commission check. How do you divvy up as the owner of your business? How do you know where to put it into sales and marketing of other houses versus savings versus investing in yourself so that you can do the right look for the houses?
Yeah. I'm very thrifty. So I think Jason had to teach me, like, in the beginning too. He's like, babe, okay, your C-Class Mercedes is not going to cut it anymore, okay? He's like, you got to step it up. I'm like, it's perfectly fine.
In hindsight, do you think that was a smart?
Yeah, it was a smart move. It was a smart move. When you're dealing with high luxury and you're dealing with clients that, have a lot of money and they look for, okay, if you're driving this, if you're doing this, then you're successful. Well, at the same time, but that's just what it is. It's kind of sad, but true. But at the same time, most billionaires are not walking around with all this stuff like flashy and everything. It's mostly like the people that want to be a billionaire that are walking around looking all flashy. The billionaires are trying to be really incognito and discreet. And so it's weird that you have to kind of do that, but it's a sign that you're successful. You're able to do that. You're able to afford. I think after I sold my wedding venue, it was the same client actually that bought the $35 million house. And so they sold that one. They'd already bought another one that was 20 something million. And I listed that one as well. And then they bought the 35 million to redo it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's a returning client.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then they referred me to their dad. And so I sold their dad's house for 10 million. And then I feel like one of their friends or something too. It was a while back, but.
What's your favorite part of the whole process?
Closing and getting my check. I mean, yes, that is the truth. But
seeing it hit your account.
Yeah, but yes, the minute I see it in my account, I'm like, yes.
Done.
Yeah, love it. But I would say the minute they find the right one, and you just see how happy they are and how excited they are that they found their property.
This is the house.
Yes, their dream property. Then and how excited they are to have found it. That's a really, really fun moment.
When I first got into real estate, I was having trouble finding the right realtor. I ended up choosing the wrong one, and I hated it.
A lot of people do.
So how do you, if you were giving advice to somebody who's trying to figure it out, what do you look for in the right realtor? Because I went to somebody who had notoriety, and they recommended somebody. So I thought I had that trust. But when I ended up meeting the person, the signs weren't real all there, but I still went through with them, and I didn't know what to do.
I think you have to meet a couple agents, see who you vibe with, because you have to trust that person. They are in charge of the biggest purchase you're probably ever going to make. There's a lot at stake, and you want somebody that, not just with a name. I mean, a lot of times with a name, it's a good sign that they've done well and they know what they're doing. But there's a lot of times, and there's a lot of agents that have big names, but you will never talk to them.
Yeah, I never met her.
Yeah. You'll never talk to them because that's their assistants and their team and stuff like that. And they send everybody else to go do it. And some teams work on numbers, not like quantity, not quality kind of thing. We do things smaller where we are hands-on with everything. But there's other great agents. But unless it's someone famous or something like that, they will never talk to the clients coming in. It's all their like whatever assistants and team.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of meet people and see who's the right fit for you.
Yeah, I didn't shop around and
yeah. It's understandable. I mean, you just think that someone recommends them, of course. I mean, they're like, oh, okay. Trial and error, but it's a big error when you if you choose wrong.
How many listings do you have now?
Getting ready. It's a very slow market. I'm getting ready to list one for 4.5. Yeah, a previous client, she sold their home in the Palisades, and they bought in Pasadena, and then now I'm getting ready to list it. It's a a great property, so much land. I would love to have the house because I could have the biggest dog farm ever. I was like, this would be perfect. So yeah, it's a great property. So I'm excited to list it.
What made you want to get into the dog adoption?
Oh, the fostering. Well, I've always had dogs and I've always loved animals. I wanted to be a vet when I grew up, like a lot of kids. And I've always been a real softie for animals. But then when I realized how dire the situation is right now in LA, and I stumbled onto it, we all have heard that the shelters are overrun and they're just at capacity. And we've heard this for years, right? And I'm like, it's so
You don't
sad.
really understand what it is.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh, that's so sad. And then it started actually sinking in a little bit more because it's so bad right now. But there's a couple of reasons why. But
what are those reasons?
well, there was one woman that she's in court and everything right now, and all the dogs that she had, like, I think it was like 700 dogs or something. And it was this hoarding situation. Finally, they came in and they
I
started.
remember this.
Yeah. And so that, like, some of them are dead. Some are just really, really bad condition. They had to put some down because it was they were not savable really. But all the other ones they're using as evidence. So they had to put them in all the shelters and they can't go anywhere. So then all those dogs that were there, they either have to go out to other surrounding shelters, and they tried to disperse as many as they can, but when all the shelters are overrun, they have to euthanize them all. And then as people are coming in, they with the economy, people are just turning them in, and then there's no repercussions. And I feel like humanity needs to step it up a bit because they literally are told when they turn in their dogs that they can be euthanized as of today, and they say okay, and they'll cry and they're like okay. Or some cry, some don't. But a lot of people and then they have to pay if it's an owner surrender. So that's why there's so many strays, because you don't have to pay. If you just found the dog and the people are like, I mean, the dog's clearly begging for to go with them. And looking up what's my order, master? Whatever. It's like they are, it's clearly their dog, and they just turn them in, or if the shelters won't take them, then they just go dump them out in the fields and stuff like that, or on the side of the road.
And then somebody else is going to find them and bring them in, and then
yeah, and it's really, really sad. The shelters, there's a bunch of them that are just mismanaged. There's no food. They're not feeding them. They're not. There's like half a meal a day basically at one of the shelters that I got. The other, and that's in San Bernardino. The conditions are it's illegal what the conditions are really. The penal code says you have to have appropriate food and water. The living conditions has to be stable, where you can't put them out in the middle of the sun, heat, and 110-degree weather without water, without food. It's torture, right? And they do it anyway. And then yeah, it's just really sad. So basically what happened is when I decided I was going to foster one, maybe two.
Which creeped up to...
Well, so what happened was Romaine was in Europe, and I decided I was going to foster one or two. And I decided probably on one. I had all the things printed out, okay, which one am I going to pick? I thought, where can I make the biggest impact? So I thought maybe a mom and babies, because then you adopt one or foster one and you really save like 7 or 8, right? But the puppies, I mean, they're like tiny little puppies. I mean, they don't count as dogs in my head. And I got a call and I was talking. Honestly, it was to production, about not coming back, or the whole season and stuff for season 10. And I was really upset. And I'm sitting here I was like, I'm not going to let this affect me. I'm not going to get upset. This is we were just not on the same page about stuff. And I'm sitting there and I've got all these print offs in front of me. And I was like, don't go down the dark road, Mary. Don't go down. And I saw the picture and I was like, I'm saving the fucking dogs. And I was like, my sister was sitting next to me. She's like, oh, good Lord. She's like, I have seen this look in you before. She's like, it's gonna be a big one, isn't it? I was like, mm-hmm. And she's like, you do what you got to do. And she's like, I'm scared though. So of course I have one. I pick one.
A mom and babies.
Well, the first one was a black lab pit mix because I didn't know this. Black large dogs are the first ones to be killed. They will barely even give them time
Because they're not being adopted.
They're the least adopted dogs. I was like, I've always picked black dogs. I was like, I don't understand why. I was like, there's a like racism towards dogs too. I was like, what's going on here? I don't know. They said they're not. So I took that one in. And she was such a sweetie. We got her adopted out. But when she's on the way to me, I found out a mom and 8 pups were getting ready to be euthanized. And
is that because when they take the mother and they euthanize her, they have no way of feeding and taking care of the puppies?
Yeah. So but they lie and they say that the puppies aren't eating, they're not like thriving, and they're gonna die anyway. So they're gonna go ahead and humanely put them down. I've got videos of the minute I brought them back from the shelter. You could not get these puppies to stop eating. The mom was not sick. She was running, like just giving birth. She's running and leaping and catching, playing fetch and stuff like she's a Malinois. And I did not like German Shepherds, Malinois, anything because I got bit by one before. And I was like, of course she has to be one, right? Of course. I've got to face my fear. I was like, it's not her fault that I've got issues, So I was like, face your fears, Mary. So I went ahead and I did that, and she came and she changed my life. And I actually just yesterday, I was crying all the way home. It was so emotional. I got her into a program. It's been months. Her first adoption didn't work out. Not for her fault. It was the other dog was attacking her. And so they put her in boarding, and she just was not getting adopted. And, her tail had been chopped off and like to the core. She's such a good dog, but people just don't give dogs chances. There's like a cute puppy that they can adopt instead, And so I got her into a program, and I picked her up in Palmdale, drove her down to Laguna Niguel, and there's this shelter to soldiers is what it's called. And they will take dogs that they have to assess them, do this whole thing. It's a big training program. But they become service dogs for veterans. And so she has to go through a 12-month training.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know. And she would be so good for her. I'm telling you, she would be amazing. I told her about a couple of the other dogs, and she's like, I'm not sure about those. I was like, Mama, she was going to be perfect. I'm telling you. She's like, I'll meet her. So she met her. She's like, she is perfect. I was like, really? And so then I started crying. I was like, part of it because I missed her so much. And then she's just such a good dog. And then the other part, I'm like, she has a purpose. She has like this, she's going to do so great and mean so much to somebody's life. And then they can mean so much to her life, where she's going to be appreciated and loved forever. And so I was just so emotional. I was on my way home just bawling. I was like, Mary, get it together. But it's just it's so hard to do. It's such a rewarding thing. But her puppies, we lost 5 of 8 of them because of parvo and distemper, because the shelters, again, don't.
What's distemper?
It's a horrible virus disease. Yeah. They get it in shelters. It's airborne. And basically it attacks their nervous system, and they start having seizures and losing function of their body and everything. And so it's very long and drawn out, and it's very, very hard to stop. So a couple of them have parvo, and the rest of them had distemper. We lost one that we adopted from distemper. Finally, we had to put him down because he was like convulsing like once a second. And we were like, we can't let him. We went some $25,000 trying to save him. Got all these medications from Europe and everything. I probably shouldn't say that, but I was like, because they're not approved here yet. But I'm like, if it works there and they don't have the issue, I'm getting it. I was like, I'm gonna save these dogs. And so I like went through everything trying to save them. I had an ICU unit in my house, isolation and everything. We had the robes on and IVs and oxygen chambers and everything.
Oh wow, you're doing the whole thing.
Oh yeah, like giving them about 10 injections a day. Like it was full on. So I didn't work. What part of the reason why I don't have many listings right now? I just got done doing all that. And so I had to stop working completely.
Is this all building up to you doing an agency or some kind of fostering thing?
Yeah. Yeah. I've found just a true passion in it, and where there's a true need. And the thought of it's been a good distraction in the beginning, I thought, like from, not getting, just upset or thinking about with the show and with different things.
It's keeping you busy in the best way.
It's kept me busy, but I've also realized like I have an ability, I have a platform where I can make a difference and I can do something, because there's so many people that have the skills and like I've got a ER vet that she's willing to do all these things. She's like, I don't have a platform to be able to get this out there. And then I've got these other people like pilots that want to be able to do this stuff and fly these animals back and forth, but they don't have like the platform and the drive to be able to connect all these different people. So we're all just starting to build this team and work together to create something that can make a big impact, and get these dogs out of shelters, get them to other places. And because most of the time it's like, oh, it needs to be a nearby foster. We don't have the money to ship them across the U.S.
And that's where the pilots step into.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm working on, while I'm getting my 501, whatever it's called, C3 or something, that we're doing the paperwork and everything for it. But I'm just building a team right now to be able to
help bring the dogs wherever they want to go.
Do the most and biggest, save.
That's incredible.
Thing that we can. Yeah.
So right now, are you mainly focused on dogs in Los Angeles and OC?
Yeah, right now. Well, I mean, I repost them from everywhere. If I see some that's like, I'm like, oh my God, please guys, like if they're very adoptable dogs and they are on the 72-hour watch or 24 hours and I see them, because I your algorithms and stuff, they pop up, and Georgia's really bad. South Texas is really bad. Florida has a really bad problem. North. With
the shelters being full.
And just like animals in general. The woman reached out to me and she was like, please, can you come down and showcase what's happening down here? She did a video. She was looking for one dog. She did this video. It looked like it was a third world country. There were probably 100 dogs walking up and down the street, laying on the side of the road, stuff like that. I mean, they were just everywhere. She would just drive and they were just packed all the way up and down the streets, and just stray dogs everywhere. She's like, I've never seen anything like this. And so people send me stuff a lot. I'm also working with one of the spay and neuter companies, Caravitas, and they're new and they're going like global, or not global, but nationwide. They're putting different facilities in all the areas that have very, very bad problems, because we have to get a hold of and control spay and neutering, because that's the only way that this is gonna stop. So
if someone wanted to help, but they didn't have the capability to foster in their house, what would they be able to do?
So if you can't foster, and if you don't have money to help, donating to rescues is the best.
The rescues themselves.
Yeah, not the shelters don't use, at least around here, they don't use the funds that you give them. So I wouldn't do it to shelters, do it to the rescues, because the rescues need the funds to pull more, and then they actually get the fosters. That the shelters don't advertise, they don't use the money, they're not feeding them, stuff like that. So we have to pull them as fast as possible. So do that. Or if you can't do any of those, that's fine too. A lot of people don't have money right now. Repost. Get it out there.
Help get the word out there.
Get it out there. Like if you see, start following like the different rescues and stuff, and just reshare. It's so easy to do, and you don't know who's going to see it. That is like, oh, I can do that, or I've been looking for he's so cute, I want to help. You just don't know. But getting it out there, and it also makes people aware of what's going on, because a lot of people just they don't know. And I was guilty of that too. I bought my other dogs, and I feel so bad. But I didn't understand, and it is so sad. It's mind-boggling, like how it's gotten to this point, and what everybody's willing to do for money. It's crazy.
How many months have you been doing this?
Maybe 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been like a big animal lover, but once I saw, you can't unsee it. That's the thing. It's like, and I'm very extreme when I see something and I'm passionate about something. God help everybody because I live and breathe it. I did it with real estate. I do, but this is like, it's a literally life or death. So I'm like, there's no question. Like Romain just left and he went down to an event with Jason and everybody down in San Diego. I was like, no. And Jason's like, no, you can't bring the dogs this time. No. I was like, well, I have 8 now, not 5. So, and he's like, well, okay, well, just come down without them. I was like, don't know how that would work because I don't know anybody that's going to come watch 8 dogs that are like absolutely chaotic, tearing up everything and stuff. You have to be in charge and, it's a lot. But I don't care. I don't care about going down there. I don't care about any of that. I want to take care of them. I want to help do the showings that help get them get adopted and stuff like that. It's just where my passion is.
If this is all leading to the big adoption agency, you have pilots helping fly. What other roles would you need to be filled? What else?
Oh God, there's so many things. I think fosters would we need people to start once I have the rescue, we would need people to foster, and I think people don't understand really what fostering is because it's free to do.
You're just homing them until they find their
homing them because the food's provided, medical's provided.
Oh, all that's covered.
Yeah, and people don't know that. They're like, oh, I can't, I don't have the money and stuff. Just most of the time, you can even like the rescues can even like loan you crates and stuff like that too, so that they're not when you leave, they're not tearing up the house.
So the rescues cover the medical?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I hear a lot of people say, oh, I work a lot. I don't have time. Here's the thing. They're going to die. So it doesn't matter how much, like if you're busy and you come home and you're spending 4-5 hours a day instead of like 24 hours a day with them, you're good. You're good. They're alive and they get a chance to get adopted to their permanent home. You're giving them an opportunity to get off death row. And rescues can only pull when they have a foster lined up. Well, a lot of them can only pull when they have a foster lined up or have the donations to be able to pull, to know that they can pay for the pull, pay for the medical, pay for the food, stuff like that, because rescues only run on donations. So, yeah.
That's incredible you're doing this and you found this. And it really is.
Yeah. I just think it's important and it's meaningful. And I feel like for many years, I've wanted to use my platform for something positive and something good and not just to promote cat fights and stuff. And now I feel like, okay, this was it. This was what I was supposed to do, because having something, my ADHD, I'm like, oh my God, I love pottery. It's like, I'll do it every single day for 2 weeks. And then I'm like, done, never touched it again. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to do macrame and I'm going to make all the things on my wall. I did like one piece and then I have 25 that are half done.
I'm the same way. I did archery. I did 2 lessons, never picked up the bow again.
Yeah. It's like, but I mean, I'm used to doing that. But this one, I'm like, you can't unsee what is going on there. And you can't, for me, I'm like, it's literally life or death. So it's like, there's no question here. Do I want to do this? Do I want to go back and clean up a bunch of poop? Do I want to go back and like have dogs like have scratches all over me? Like this is good for me right now. Like, because normally I have marks all over me because they're so excited to see me and their nails are getting me and they've ripped out my extension and stuff like that. They get a hold and they're ripping. They think it's a toy, and so I'm like, oh my God. So I'm a train wreck, but it's fun and it's meaningful.
And you're doing incredible work with it. So congrats, really.
Well, thank you.
As you're getting back now into the real estate of LA, has the market gotten any better since the fires? Because it looks like there's more and more houses going on the market, but nothing's changing.
The market's very bad right now. It's probably the worst. I started in 2008.
A great time to hop in.
Perfect. I know. Yeah.
The big boom.
I know. I don't really think before I do sometimes, but I think it was good for me. It taught me how to work hard, and if you can make it then, you can make it anytime. So, I think that it's about as bad as it was then. There are homes going on the market. They're just sitting though, because people are trying to move out of LA, and they're trying. OC's doing great. San Diego's doing great. LA is a shit show, and I think a lot of it has to do with the people in office and the state of our city right now. But hopefully that will change. I was really hoping that there would be other people in the running. Spencer, really, that was going to be in the running because he has common sense and he was all for the dog. So I was hoping for him. But, until things change, I don't see the market getting any better. All the billionaires have moved out already.
And how does that affect everything downward from under them?
Oh, God. I feel like the people in office just don't think clearly because they are the ones that pay like all the income tax and all these things like that and property tax for all these huge homes. When they put their homes on the market and they're just sitting there because no one wants to move into LA now because the state of it. They're selling theirs. They move out of the state. So now they not only don't get an increased property tax because the home values are going down. They don't get income tax from the biggest amounts that the city and the state has. And so these billionaires are moving out. A lot of millionaires are moving out. Why would you choose to live here when you call the police? They don't come. They've been defunded. They're too busy like doing other stuff. And it's not their fault. I mean, it's the state of the city, and it's just there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. There's not enough homes because of all the fires, and they're not rebuilding. And
that's Malibu and the Palisades.
Yeah. So
are the permits still not being issued?
Right. They've issued some, but
at
a
a slow rate.
Very small amount. Very small amount. It's just the city is being mismanaged, in my opinion, and it's trickling down. It's affecting everybody. So all of these, all the taxes and stuff that they're trying to implement, if they're not getting the money that they need because they're spending so much, or it disappears, whatever is happening to all the taxpayers' money, and it disappears. So they need more money, right, for all these, whatever they're doing, like Skid Row and stuff like that. Who knows? But if they're not getting the money from the billionaires, well, then it still has to be paid. So they have to raise taxes, and it's going down. It keeps trickling down. So the middle class is the ones that are going to end up paying for all these things. They're going to have to raise it, or we're just going to go in so much debt.
And we voted for higher taxes too.
I didn't fucking vote for
I didn't either.
I pay enough taxes. I'm thinking of moving out of California.
Where would you go?
Maybe Nashville
and do real estate over there.
Yeah. Either Nashville or I'm just gonna split my time. I don't know how easy that would be with the dogs to split time, but Bali has always been my dream.
Have you ever been?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, I'm doing a retreat in September and I'm hosting it. So there's still a couple spots left. So if anybody wants to come,
what does a retreat there look like?
Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. So I've been so many times, and it is so grounding and so healing there. So there's water purification ceremonies, and you go through the rice fields, and you can. We're gonna learn how to cook like Polynesian style. We're doing like temples, like going to the temples and learn about like the what's it called? Tanalot temple, and it's on the water. And then you can watch the sunset. They've got like these ceremonies that they do, and it's so fascinating to see different cultures because it's mostly Hindu there. And I think we need a little more Hindu in LA, because everyone is so nice,
kind to each other, because they get judged in their afterlife.
Yes. Yeah. And your next life is dependent on what you do in this life.
Right. That's what I meant.
So people genuinely want to be kind and to help and to do things. So it's so bizarre because you're used to people here being out for themselves and being like, just like, whatever. There, it's like their wives will make you, when they drive you or something, they know they have somebody, their wives will make you food, like to just for free, for whatever, just to so that you're comfortable and have something and can try a different thing on the way to one of your events or like your excursions or something. They're so giving and nice. It's really cool.
How do you think LA has changed in the past 10 years? Do you think it had a big drastic change after COVID? Or was it on a steady...
That's a good question.
Because I moved here in 2016, and I feel like 2016 to 2019 was like peak.
Yeah.
Everything was alive. Everything was booming.
Yes, it was. It was great. It was great before COVID. See, I did very well during COVID, like in real estate, but most other people, like it was very difficult to do anything. I don't know. I think society has changed. I don't know if it made people crazy, like being locked up for so long or what, but I feel like society's kind of gotten worse a little bit. I don't know if we've ever really recovered from it, but I've never been asked that question. I've never thought about it.
Because you've been doing this for so long, and I think you've seen so many different levels of it.
Oh, yeah, and I've been here for 25 years almost. I think it's a different, LA's not what it used to be at all. I wish it were. I mean, I wish we could go back to the normal La La Land. I mean, there was, it's LA. It is what it is, Hollywood and stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like it's changed and not for the better. And it's very sad because we have such a beautiful city, and such, with all the studios and everything. I think in so many ways it's changing because there's so many things, green screens and everything, like where everything can be AI. And so it's like you don't even have the normal making of movies and stuff like that's coming up anymore. So it's like everything's changing in such a fast way. And maybe some is good, some is not. I think just the state of LA as far as crime and just homelessness and the craziness, like the drug rampant people going around like burning dogs on like setting dogs on fire and things like that. It's like, what's happening to people? But in other ways in business and stuff, it's just, I think it's changing like as a trickle down effect.
In like 10, 15 years ago, would there be filming for movies and TV shows everywhere you went? Would you see those trucks?
Yeah.
But now you don't see it anymore.
Never. No, because it's too expensive to do it here too. And that's what's happened over the last couple of years. People are going to, where do they go to? Vancouver and
a lot in Georgia.
I think so. Yeah,
Atlanta.
I think a lot in Georgia. There's a bunch of other areas where they're going to film because it's just too expensive to do here. They're charging too much. So,
would you ever do another reality TV in like Nashville?
Yeah, I would. I would just want it to be more positive. It's not in alignment, and I think people could see it. It's just, I'm so uncomfortable with that much conflict and just like, I just don't like it. I don't know. I'm like, if you don't, try to get along. If you don't, then leave each other alone. I don't know. To me, it's like, I just don't get it. And it makes me so uncomfortable. I get so much anxiety from it. And so I would want it to be something either business related or just something more inspiring and more uplifting.
When you first got into reality TV, was it what you expected? Did you think you'd be in it for so long?
No, we had no idea what to expect. We thought season 1, we had no idea what we were doing. We had no idea what we were filming. We were just like, wait, my first day of filming, I remember talking to Heather.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah. Have you heard this before?
No, I like seeing you go down this lane.
Okay. I remember talking to Heather and it just dawned on me that all the cast members, that Christine was there and Heather and I think Chriselle, but we hadn't met Chriselle yet. And I was looking around thinking like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And she's like, what do you mean? It's like, who am I supposed to be? Shit. We're getting ready to start filming. I was like, oh my God, wait, I don't know who I'm supposed, what am I supposed to do? Be yourself. I was like, yeah, but what do I, but no one's gonna watch that because I'm boring. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, because I'm not I wasn't well dressed. I wasn't like all crazy and stuff. And I don't have like the most outgoing personality and, I'm not as witty as Christine and stuff like that. I was successful, but the most successful of all the agents at that time, but I was like, I just didn't understand. And she's like, they picked you for you, so be you. And it kind of just dawned on me that I was like, okay, I guess you're right. They did pick me for a reason, but I don't get it. Every season, I thought I was going to be fired. Every season, because I'm like, I'm not giving him enough drama. They're like, Mary, shut up. We're not firing you. But yeah, it was weird. What was your original question? My ADD just kicked in.
Just like when you first got in, did you think you'd be doing it for as long as you did? And the fact that you even thought you'd get fired every season is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So, season 1, we had no idea. We thought, okay, if it would even do well, whatever, and it did.
Because at that time, reality TV was not a thing on Netflix.
It was not. No. And we had no idea what it was going to turn into. We didn't know if we were going to be like, oh my God, what do we do?
What else was on at that point on Netflix, reality TV wise?
I think Maria Kondo was the only other one.
Oh.
Queer Eye was one, but they weren't on Netflix, I don't think.
Wasn't that like sold to them or something?
Yeah, it was sold to them. I think so. Yeah, because it wasn't originally on Netflix, I don't think. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, there weren't many at all.
So you guys are like right on there.
One of the first, yeah. And then once we thought, okay, if we get season 2, that'd be so cool. And then once season 2, we're like, okay, now if we got season 3, you made it. Like if you have 3 seasons, like that's a successful series.
People are watching. The network believes in you.
Exactly. And then COVID hit. Like I think it was right after season 3 or something, I think. And we were like, and then that is when it blew up. Because everybody was at home, whether or not you liked reality, whether or not you even wanted to watch us, you ran out of other things to watch. So, yeah, so I mean, people ended up watching, and then some people, and then people either got hooked on it or our viewership just went out because I think some people just probably ran out of things to watch, but it skyrocketed, and yeah, so that's basically what happened. But never thought it would make it to this many seasons. We kind of thought maybe 6 would maybe, once it did so well at 3, we thought maybe it would go to 6, hopefully, and then on season 10. So if they do 11, I don't know if I'll go back or not, but it depends on how it turns out and how positive or negative and chaotic it is, but we'll see.
Once the outfit started becoming a thing, the makeup, getting dressed up and all done, were you excited to be part of that stuff?
It's fun to do that. Yeah, that's I get through phases. Like where I think towards the end of the seasons, they had to start doing one at a time. We used to do 2 seasons back to back. And all the girls, we didn't give a shit what we look like. We didn't care. I mean, at the end, everybody was so exhausted because it was like 8 months of filming. And we were just like, I put it out from the back of my closet. I don't know. And then our hair starts looking all disheveled. Like we're like, I forgot to call it hair and makeup today. Like everyone's so just tired, and then production was getting so tired too, and they were just like, so finally they were like, okay, we need to do a bigger break in between, give a couple months, I think at least. So, yeah, it was it starts out fun, and then you realize how many outfits you go through because they don't air a lot of it. And then you don't know until it airs. Then you're like, they didn't show any of my favorite outfits. Yeah, so you have no idea. You just have to dress to the nines every day.
What was the most you spent on your outfit?
I don't know. I had one Gucci one that was pretty expensive. It was like a full Gucci outfit. That was pretty expensive.
What color was it?
Like brown and cream. Well, obviously it's Gucci. But yeah, so it was that was pretty expensive, and then I have another actually Gucci. Well, I've got a couple different things that were pretty expensive. There was this leather Louis Vuitton jacket, and then I had a purse and stuff. A lot of it is like I don't really wear a lot of the normal clothes, just a top and jeans. I don't spend that much money on those really, unless it's like a full set. Because I'm first of all, I'm clumsy and I spill stuff on everything. But on all my bags, my shoes, my jackets and stuff, you can rewear those. So I'm thrifty. Like as far as I go use, but even if I'm spending a lot of money, I try to do it where I get the most use out of it. So a shirt you can wear like once every 2-3 weeks, or for us on a show, you can wear it once. That's it. And so for me, I think a jacket you can wear over and over again. No one's gonna say anything about that. If you wear the same shirt every single day, people are like, did you wash it? Did you, so yeah, I just try to spend it smartly.
Do you watch much reality TV yourself?
No.
Nothing.
Love is Blind. That's about it.
What do you watch?
Lately, nothing. I don't have time. But what do I watch? I have certain shows I like. The one I'm watching right now, Ride or Die. I don't know the actresses' names in it, but it's pretty good. I think it's on Amazon, I think. And it's pretty good. It's cute. I watch like series a lot, like where I can just go through. Well, I can never remember things. When people ask me, it's like, what's your favorite restaurant? I go so blank.
You must have had crazy restaurant experiences, though, I feel like, especially being in real estate here in LA.
Yeah, I used to work in restaurants too.
Where were you at?
In Indiana, I was at Texas Roadhouse.
I love Texas Roadhouse.
Right? Oh my God. Those rolls with the cinnamon butter. Oh my God, they're so good. Yeah, I was probably a few pounds heavier back then because I ate a lot of rolls. And then here, I worked at Katana when I was getting back into real estate, and I was a bartender at Katana. Yeah, right. Actually, only a couple years before the show started, because I had gotten out for a couple years when I moved to New York, and then I had to get back in a new area. So you have to restart basically from scratch. Anytime you move, you have to start from scratch because you don't have clients there.
So if you went to Nashville, do you think that'd be?
I would have to start from scratch. Yeah. It would be okay. It would be.
You have the social media to help push in.
People, yeah. People, I feel like it would be okay. People know who I am, and there's going to be some people that don't like me for being on the show and wouldn't want to use me, and other people would want to. So it is what it is.
We've talked about fostering and real estate.
Yeah.
What do you do in your spare time that people might not be seeing, that you're not filming, that you're not posting about?
What do I do? Karaoke with my sister and Sandra. Pottery.
What's your go-to song?
Oh, I've worn myself out on this, actually, but I'm the One, Justin Bieber and Quavo and who else is in it? Chance the Rapper. I can sing every single lyric for every single verse, and is rapping and stuff too, so it's fun. But I've kind of worn myself out on that. And then Believe by Cher. Garth Brooks. What is that? I love country. So I sing a lot of country songs.
Do you watch any shows of the Taylor Sheridan universe?
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Yes. Those
Dutton
are
Ranch,
yes.
Yellowstone.
Oh my God. They're so good. So I haven't watched the new one yet.
It's so good.
Is it?
It's the best.
So is that the one Paramount or something?
It's on Paramount.
Okay. See, I'm going to have to get that so I can watch it.
Yeah. It's a spinoff with Beth and Rick.
Yes.
But it's like its own standalone thing. You don't really have to watch it.
Yellowstone was so good.
It was the best.
And then Landman.
So good.
Yeah. He is brilliant.
Do you watch Lioness?
Yes.
That one's coming out this week or next week.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's so good too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Romaine got me into that one.
So good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, see, thank you, because now I know what I watch.
Yeah. Cool. So what else do you have coming up?
What else? I've got my, my retreat, September 23rd through 29th. So anybody wants to go, it's all on my social media. I'm doing public speaking, like women empowerment and real estate stuff. So doing a couple different speaking events, and then just promoting my book a little bit more, because when I first did it, I didn't go all in and do it. So whenever I'm at my speaking events, I'm like redoing it now to push it a little bit more because a lot of people didn't even know I wrote one. I was like, it was on my social media. I was like, but people don't pay attention.
When you say go into it, like you didn't cover as much as you wish you did?
Promoting it and stuff like that. Yeah, like when I go to different places, like I'm doing like book signings and sales and stuff, like whenever I go to different events, like incorporating that into it because I didn't have time at the time, and then the publisher wasn't pushing as much, and they're like, oh, we thought you would just do like whatever with your social media. And I was like, it's not in the contract. That's not what our contract said. I was like, but whatever. So yeah, I'm incorporating that because the people that have read it, they're like, it's one of my favorite videos. There's this woman that just started crying, and she was like, I read it, and she's like, and it made me like believe that I could actually do this myself. And she's like, and I just kept holding back. And once I read it, she's like, I actually believe in myself now after reading yours, and you made it through, so I know I can do it.
That's
and so
the
I was like,
best.
oh my God. I was like, that's so awesome. And then I just opened up about a lot more stuff that I think could be really relatable to people and that helpful to get them through what they're going through.
Would you ever do a follow-up book?
Possibly. If yes, I would if I had something that I really believed in that I thought would be meaningful to do. Yeah, because it is a lot of work. And it took a lot out of me because I had to pull up all of the most painful things in my life and then not only talk about it like and write it and do the audio because I do my own audiobook too. And then so I'm trying to go through all that.
Constantly
and then,
reliving it.
yeah, and then go do press and then talk about and then not just one thing, all of them combined. So you're constantly reliving all of it all together. And I don't think your body and your mind is meant to take so much trauma and just talk about it over and over and over and over again. And just live it every day. It's like it took a lot out of me. Afterwards I was like I started getting really sick and everything because it really it wore me down a little bit. But I mean there's not really any more trauma that I have to talk about. It's like all good stuff going from here. So
Good.
yeah, I think it'll be a much easier book to do. Much easier.
Cool.
Much more positive.
Well, thank you so much for coming by. It's been awesome talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
If anyone wants to help out with fostering, they can just reach out to you on social media.
Yes, the Mary Bonnet.
Perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for coming.
you.
See you guys. That was great.
Oh, good.